So I'm going to give a border for this board. So with the help of a pencil and a scale, I'm just drawing border on all the four sides. If we are going to work on a bigger board, we can use bigger size of stones, and inside the lip-on mural work also we can inculcate many stones and everything, the chamiki stones I mean. But they don't use the other stones, the kundan stones or the glitter stones that we use for other purposes. We don't use that for the lip-on work. We only use these paper chamikis only. Yes, hi Manisha. Yeah. So okay, we've just drawn the border. Now first step that I'm going to do is, I'm just going to paint my border with red. So since it is for a Chaturthi Ganesha festival, I just want to have it vibrant and bright. In case you don't have a canvas board, yes, you can use your MDF board also. So if you're going to use your MDF board, first you have to prime it with white. So in that case, first use white paint and give a even coating. If it is fully covered, that's enough, or else you can give 2 coatings of white also. And once that is completely dried, then you can start with the same procedure. So first I'm just starting over with applying red for the border. So I'm just going to cover all the 4 borders. And whenever we cover the top or the sides, it is always nice to give a good finish when we cover the portions that are behind also, so that our painting will get a good look. So just give a even coating. So yes, then I just turn over. So since the canvas already has a white coated base, it's enough if I give just 1 coating of red. So that's the reason I ask you to give a primer coating of white in case you're using your MDF boards, so that the colors that you give on top of that would be bright. And then let's go on to the third side. So these kind of lip-on work on this Ganesha would be a different and unique piece for gifting also, and it would be pocket friendly for you. So you can make many pieces like this and gift it for your relatives. So for sure they'll have it as a memorable piece. So I'm just going over to the last side. So since we are using acrylic paints, they dry as fast as we do it. So unlike the oil paints, we need not wait long for the drying time. So that's the reason this is also user friendly for us. So yes, I'm just covering the sides also. I just left it this side because these are the things that we tend to forget at the last. So we may have a big bright painting in the center, but what if the sides are uneven or not finished? It doesn't, it spoils the look of the painting again. Okay. Amma mummy kam the cloth kodanda. Okay, so now the corners are ready. Yes, hope everyone can see it now. So now next what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fill the center portion also. And for this, what I prefer is I'm just going to create a base color of my own choice. I've taken green and white, but I don't want to use, I've taken dark green for this, but I don't want to use the green directly. So I just want to get a lighter shade of green. So I'm just pouring some white onto my palette, and onto that I'm taking up green. I just wash my brush and get ready with it, and I'm just going to add a little of green to it. Yes, so it is proportionately hardly 1/4 of the white portion that I've added, and let me mix it well. So yes, I'm getting a beautiful color. So in case nowadays there are many people, they are using the chalk paints, so we get many lighter shades of lighter versions of colors that are very beautiful for painting. So we can also get the same shades there. So when we have such kind of shades as background, so that adds more beauty to our paintings. So yes, so we have to mix it very well. Sometimes white settles down a little. So mix it really very well so that you get the lighter version. So I get a shade of pista green, and that's what I wanted. Yes. So this is the green that I've got. So using the available 10 or 12 colors, we can just play around and create our own different colors and have backgrounds. So that really gives a different look for us. So now I'm just taking up my flat brush. Once again, let me wash it. And with it, I'm just giving an even coat in the center. So let me just cover the center portion, and then I can just concentrate a little bit more on the corners so that I don't disturb the red portion. But take care that you just apply on the same direction. Don't change the direction, because that again would spoil the work. So when you're mixing any colors for the background, take care that you mix a little extra of the paint, because in case we are going to do the lip-on work on top, and finally for any alterations or anything we need the colors. In case of mixing, you can't get the same color again. At least a millimeter of difference would be there in the shade. So in order to avoid that, it's always better to just mix a little more of the shade. In case you're having any empty acrylic bottles, paint bottles that is over, you can just wash it off and keep it safe. So in case you're mixing these colors are left over, you can just transfer to those bottles so that you can use it for your future use also. When you have it in your bottles, they don't dry up. So you waste the paint, and you can have your shades. You can create your own shades and have your own palette ready. So I'm just covering all the corners carefully. So just covered 2 sides. So when you're doing it, whichever side is comfortable for you, you can just turn over, make yourself comfortable and move the brush freely so that you don't spoil the rest of the areas also. Yes, and coming to the last side. Yeah. So now the base is ready. I'm just putting on the center alone. Yes. So now this is ready. Now we are ready with the board. So let us allow this to dry for some time. So by the meantime, we'll just go on to the next thing of what we are going to do with the molded clay. Yes, let me have the safe aside. Hello Sunita ma'am. Yes, so hope everyone is clear till this. So we'll now move on to the next step. I'm just going to use this molded clay. So we have just seen many craft items with molded clay, and if it is new to any of you, I'll just give a brief description about the molded clay also. When you open a cover pack, you have 2 pieces inside. One is the clay and one is the resin mold. So when you mix both the pieces together, it thickens the mold, and that alone forms the mold for us, the clay properly. So only when you mold it together and use it, the clay will thicken and get hard. You cannot use one pack at a time. You have to mix both together, equal quantity, to get the clay. So first I'm opening up, and in order to avoid any wastages, it's always better to mix half a pack first, and once we are comfortable, we are using on a broad surface, then we can go ahead with mixing the whole packet. So I preferably take up half a packet first. So I've taken equal quantity of both the components, and I'm going to mix it. So while mixing, we have to mix it evenly such that we get a smooth dough effect, and there is no marble like texture on the thing. Marble texture is like this. So in case if you get a marble texture, this will not work out on the clay. This clay will not get hardened. So have to just knead it thoroughly. So just knead and knead. You can either roll it like this and then knead it. But ultimately we should get a half white shade clay. There should be no grey pieces in between. And for doing this lip-on work, since the board is small, we're just going to make rolls, thin rolls out of this clay. So that's the reason I've just taken half of the clay with this instead of mixing the whole packet. So yes, I'm now ready with the clay. So now you can just see the difference. Now the clay is fully of one color. It's not pure white, it's half white. And I've got a smooth dough, and there should not be any air cracks or anything. So once you just knead it very well only, you'll not get any air cracks. Yes. So now once this is done, in order to avoid the stickiness, just add a little of any talcum powder. Dust it in your fingers. Okay. I'll just have it down. So first I'm just going to take half of this clay, dust it nicely in the powder, and I'm just going to roll it like this. You can see I'm just rolling it. I'm going to roll it evenly into a long tail. So I don't want a thicker portion, but I want nice thin version. So as I'm rolling it, wherever it is thick, I'm just going to give a little pressure on those places and I'm going to roll it over. So don't give too much of pressure, but take care that you just evenly have a roll. So if you can see the difference here, it is thin. So this size is what I wanted. So I'm just going to start rolling the entire portion. Yes. So little by little, you can just roll over. So as it is ready, you just pull it over to one side so that you can just concentrate on the other end. So you just need to have a little more of patience to just knead it evenly all over. But apart from that, once a long strip is ready, we can just apply the glue and we can start working directly on the board. So we've just come till the end. So if it is going on too lengthy, we can either do one thing, we can just cut off the portion till this. I'll just take over the board. So first, since we worked on the border, we can start sticking the clay from the border. So first what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to apply glue on the outer border. So on the lines of the border, I'm going to stick the rolled clay. So it's going to be like this, and at the end, let me cut it. So since the clay is wet, it would stick onto your board, but since these are thin strips, it's always better not to take up any risk. So you can just apply a line of glue and then stick onto that. So you first just lay it down, cut it, and then you can just see to that it is straight on the border, and then just press it in. So we've just stuck on two sides, coming onto the third side. So the single piece that we rolled is just traveling all the three sides. So yes, we just got a little more excess here. Just trim it on the edge and just shape it to the edge of the board, because we are going to work on the inside border also. And this small portion you can just add it together, the leftover piece. Now again, I'll just keep this aside, and the other strip we'll just roll it over. But take care that the next piece that you're rolling should be of the same thickness as the previous one, because on two sides if it is of same length and the other side if it is going to be a little bigger, that will not look good. So after completing the outer border line, Then again we are going to have the same like border on the inner line also. So many of you who have joined were asking for the materials. So hope you are doing it along with me. Even if not, you just carry on, see the work. This video will be saved here. So you can just carry on doing it afterwards also. And others who have not got ready with the materials, after watching this video, please do try it. It's very easy. And then here I'm going to just add it on the next end and then trim it with the knife. Always trim it with a knife and don't just cut it out with your fingers, because that just gives a blunt cut there. Okay, now the outer border is ready. Now the next work that we're going to do is we're just going to form a curved portion in between the border. So for that we have some left over here. So I'm just kneading it a little even, and then I'm just applying the glue. So all these things, they depend upon our convenience. So in case we are going to stick the lower bottom border, then it would be a little difficult for us to place and trim the end portions and everything. So according to our convenience, we can just stick this portion and then we can stick the lower border. So once you're sticking, just on top of the glue, I'm just using my finger and setting it. So it's going to be a wave-like. Yes. So I'll just show it up. So it comes like this. So hope you can see this portion. So it's the same thing. I've just rolled like the border thing with the clay. I've applied glue in the wavery portion like this, and on top of that I've stuck it. Now we're going to repeat the same thing on all other three sides. So so whenever you're going to roll the clay again, this is the clay that I mixed first. So before rolling it, just knead it twice so that it becomes a little soft again, because there would have been, since it is exposed to the air, it would become a little dry. So just knead it twice and then you can start rolling it. So just dust some powder and roll it, and you can start it. So it's always better to have a board dedicated for your clay work, because otherwise it would spoil all your working space and everything. In case we are doing with any paintings, at least we can go for another option of having any newspapers or anything else for covering the bases. But for the clay work, a dedicated board would be easy. So I'm just kneading it to the same size. So I'll just cut it halfway here so that it would be easy for me to carry and stick it on the curvy position there. Then we can knead the rest again. Okay, so onto the board. On the next side, I'm just going to continue. Just continuing on a random way. So the same way, with your right hand you just hold the clay, and with the left hand just use one finger for setting it on the glue portion. Because if you use 2 or 3 fingers, then the shape of the clay will ruin. It will get flattened then. So once we come on to the corner, just trimming it out with the knife. Yes, so I've just got it like this. As by nature, or according to me, lip-on work is beautiful as it is. So if you just see the clay work itself, that will be very beautiful. So if you wish, you can just give a background alone. You can give a terracotta base background also. You can just mix a little of brown along with orange. So you get a little terracotta shade for that. And then you can apply that as a background. And on top of that, you can use this clay and work in the same way. And you can leave it as it is. You need not color it or do anything else. That would also have a natural look. So now again, I'm just going to knead the rest of the clay here. So if you're beginners to use the clay, this would be a very easy and interesting project to start over, because the only thing that we're going to do is roll it to a thin strip, and we're going to apply glue and stick on that. So there's no more detailing of making any other shapes like flowers or filling anywhere, any objects or anything like that. So you can get a lot of hands-on using the clay with this. And then once you excel, you can just move around and play with the clay. Yes, so I've just got another strip. Let me apply glue here. We are going to join from here. So as you see, I just took only half of the clay portion from one packet, and with that itself we have completed almost 3/4 of the border. We just need to give the inner border line alone, and I'm still left with piece here. So I think I can most probably cover 2 more sides with that. So the next thing that we're going to do is, on the base line, just draw a line with the glue, and I'm going to stick this straight. So that becomes like a border for us. It would look like a frame for a Ganesha. Just press it, turn and apply glue here. So this was the reason I was saying, according to our convenience, we can work with the base. So in case we had stuck the bottom border line, then we would find it a little difficult forming the curve shape inside. So this we can do it easily. We can cover the space accordingly. So we've covered two sides. Now on to the third one. Blue. And in this slip-on work, the Ganesha that we're going to do is also going to be equally simple, because Ganesha in any form will look beautiful. And so I have a small piece left over. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to mix the rest of the clay and add this piece along with this and make a full strip. Because if I'm going to stick this, I'm just going to get halfway through. Then for the rest of the half, I have to make a joint in between. And that might look a little indifferent in between. So I just want to avoid that. So let me secure the board for some time beside. And let's just mix it well. Thank you, Niranjana. Nice combination. Actually, before our clay mural workshop also, we just tried with shades of white and red. In white, we just mixed a pinch of red and we got a nice pleasant color over there. So like this, when we just mix over colors and have a background or any for the upcoming flowers or anything also, the picture itself looks very different. Yes, so you can also try up with any other combinations also. So if you add to yellow, if you add pinch of orange, you get a nice sunny effect like. So you can get shades of suns.
Even light pink.
Yeah, you can mix even light pink. You can mix white and light pink. And then if you mix pink and
Dark
blue, you get nice shades of purple. So you can, if you want darker shade, add more of dark blue. If you want lighter shades, add little of blue.
And then add some white along with it.
Okay, so I've just got, hi Ma. So I just needed the clay. Then let me just take some more of powder. And I'm going to add this tail piece also to the clay and mix it together. Yes. So again,
Let's go down.
yeah. I'm taking a little small ball of that clay, tapping in the powder and roll it. So only if you have a flat surface, this would be easy for you to roll. So first I'm going to roll a small piece that would be enough for the one side of the border. Yes, I think this would be enough. Just cut it here. And then just apply glue. And then stick it straight. Yes. So now this is done. Our border work is over. Yes, so this is over. So now in the meantime, we're just going to start working on the center portion. So before working with the clay, I'm just going to draw slightly with the help of the pencil so that it will be easy for me to stick it with the clay. So first what I'm going to do is, onto a bottom right corner, just going to draw small flower like. So it's going to be very simple with coils. Just draw it very lightly, only for your reference. Because once you draw it very dark, it will spoil your entire work. And since it is going to be a simple work, we need not, there's not that much intricate design to trace it with the carbon paper. In case you want to do that, you can take a Xerox of your picture, you can have it. And in that case, before doing the border work, once you finish off layering the background colors for your work, you can draw the design with your yellow carbon, and then you can go on working with the borders. So here I've just added 3 flowers, and then in the center I'm just going to target this portion for the face of Ganesha. So I'm just drawing an outline here. This would be the trunk of Ganesha, and then on top from here, yes, we would come up with this Om here. Okay, to just have a rough picture. Now back to the thing. I'm just going to take up this clay and take a small ball, and I'm going to roll it. It would be enough if we roll to the same size as we did before. Not more thick than that, not more thin than that. Yes, I'm just going to take some small bits so that it would be easy for me to stick it there on the board. Okay, so now coming up, let me just apply glue for the face of Ganesha. I'll just apply the glue and I'll stick it, and then I'll show you all. So hope this comes over all the way. So from one top corner, just keeping it. Just roll it the way and bring it in. Yes. So if you can see, first I've just rolled it thin, a thin coil, and I've just made the trunk portion over here. So our Ganesha is going to be simple and very easy. Now again I'm just going to take another small portion and I'm going to roll it. So whenever you're going to roll it onto your board with the powder and everything, keep the board a little more beside so that the base doesn't get spoiled. this is ready. I'm just cutting this into two portions because we don't need it this much length. And now let's make a Om on top. Yes, so I've just drawn a 3 on the top for Om, and I'm going to stick the clay there. Here, make it a sharp bend and bring it as it is. You need not cut it there, just make it a little sharp. And then cut this excess portion. Yes. So hope everyone can see it now. We'll just stuck this spiral for the trunk, and then for here for the Om we have stuck the coil there. And then next we are going to stick, just roll it more thin and for the Om on top we are going to have a line here. So just take it from inside the 3 and then roll it up. Yes. And one more thing next that we are going to do is we are going to have a small curve and a dot on top. And so for the curve, just taking a small piece, and it should be sharp on both the ends. So over here, apply glue for a boat shape. As long as your clay is wet, it would be very user friendly. You can mold it in any way, and then just take a small bit of clay, roll it, and I'm just going to place a dot and press it. See if you can see. Then now the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to add eyes for Ganesha here. Same way, just take a small bit. For this we have to roll it a little thin and just see how much you would be needing for the eyes. Cut it till that and just sharp both the ends. So now apply the glue. So first over the top end, and then for the bottom, same way, take a small piece and roll it. So you can just roll it from one side, just get an approximate look, cut it till that, roll the other corner also, and then you can join it. So then join both the corners. Just show you now. And then next we would be doing the eyeball inside. So for that, just take a small round, roll it, apply a dot of glue inside and stick the ball. Yes. So we've just completed Ganesha here. Next, since we have some plain space down, we're just going to fill with some flowers there. So again, same way, we are just rolling over, apply glue, first we are going to make a stem. So instead of having a straight line for the stem, we are just having a small coil there. Yes. And then for the flower petals also, we are just going to make use of this thin strip and form petals. You can also take up a small ball and make the shape of petal and add it. But since for this work, since the whole of the board is covered with coils, let us have that beauty continuing here also. So I'm just adding it, cut it here. Yes, and then from that point, you just add to the next one. Trim it. Then from there. So since space is a little constrained, please be careful. Don't give pressure to the borders or anywhere else. Since all the clay is wet, we have to be very careful with that also. Yes. So you can see, we just formed one flower over here. Let's make another one. I think by the time we complete this work, our border and those things are ready. So then we can start coloring with the pearl metallic gold. So for the next flower, I'm just taking a little bigger stem. Same way, form a coil and then stick it. And then with the same thing, you'll just have some petals. So hope everyone finds this method very easy. Okay, so we are done with it. If you want, you can just add one more also here, but let me stop with this. So now the base is ready. So now our base work is ready now. Yeah, one second. I'll just show you closer. Yes, so hope everyone can see it now. Okay, so now next we're going to start with the painting work. So for this, I'm taking the pearl metallic gold. Just taking this up. I'm using a thin brush for this, and with this we're going to start painting the clay work alone. So since metallic shades are little thin version, it's better if we give 2 coats of the color, so we get a bright look at that time. So first I'm just going to give a random top coat. First let me give it fully. Then after completing with a single coat all over, it would have dried a little, then you can give up with your second coat. And when you're giving the coating for this, take care that you don't spill it over on the rest of the things. But even after taking a lot of care, if there are any spots here and there with the gold, that's enough, it's okay. Finally, we can use a 0 size brush, and then we can fill those places alone. So I'm just giving it randomly all over. So this was the thing I was specifying you. In case if you prefer to have it in the natural look, I'll give you the options again. Onto your MDF board or your canvas board, you can give a terracotta base like. For that case, you can add brown and a tint of orange, so you get a kind of terracotta shade there. So you can give that base. On top of that, you can work with this molded clay, you can design it, and you can leave it as it is. That would give you the traditional lip-on work effect. So what we are doing is a fusion work. So apart from we are not forgetting the old, but also we are implementing a lot of new things into it. Yes. So after giving 2 coats of this gold, sparkling gold, the next step would be sticking the stones. So with that, our painting will come to an end. And one more important thing that you should follow when you're using your brushes is, don't dip the brush fully onto the bottles. So if your bottle is full, then you can use your bottle directly, and you can just dip the tip of the brush to the paint and use it. But if your bottle has gone down, the paint has gone down, it's always better to transfer a little of paint to either your palette or any board, and then you can use it. In this way, we will not ruin our brush bristles. So these are some small tips that we can follow in order to save our brushes. So I'll just give up a quick blushing. But another thing that we need to be very careful is, we have to do it slowly in order to cover the corners, the sides on all the surfaces and everything. So the clay should not remain uncolored anywhere. So as I said, in order to finish it up fast, I'm just giving a quick finish to show you the end product. But after that, yes, we need to do a lot of work more there, concentrating on a perfect finishing. So I would surely finish up the product and then post it in the group again. So all those who are trying the work now and are planning to do it for this Chaturthi, Ganesh Chaturthi, please do post your work onto the Sparks Creative Craft page. It would be a small kind of motivation for me for planning many more workshops like this. Okay, and once this is done, I'm just going to color the whole thing Ganesha also. So for the lip-on work mural, I'm not going to use any other color here. I'm just going to use only gold. In case you want to use any other metallic shades, you can also go in for bronze or rust. So for your lighter version of background, you can give a bronze metallic shade also. That would also look good. But don't mix too much of colors. Then that would spoil the actual beauty of the lip-on work. And for the eyes also, I just covered the outer and the base line and the eyeball. So according to the surface, we have to take the thickness of the brush. So for this kind of work, it's better always to use a thin brush instead of a thicker one, a flat brush. So we have just come down to the flower portions also. And for the flower portion, we can add up a little more in order to differentiate that between the Ganesha and the flower base. I'm just going to give a bit of blue color for that. Manama, can you give Nothing, thank you. So after filling up with the border, yes, so now this is done. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm just taking blue acrylic paint . See, since the paint has gone to the bottom, I'm just taking it a little onto my palette, and the paint is also a little thick. So instead of applying it as it is, I'm just going to take it a little onto the palette. Since it is thick, I'm just dropping in a little of water and diluting it. So it's not too watery. So now this would be easy for you to apply. Now I'm just going to paint the petal portion alone. So I'll just hold it straight if you can see it. I'm just going to paint the inner portion, inner petal. For this, in case if you have your glass colors, you can use your glass colors also. That will also give you a glossy look. And since we have the clay outline, our glass colors will be safe inside. Okay, the same way, I'm just doing it for this also. So now the places where the blue is touched in the gold, I have to alter it finally. So finally we have to do a little bit of alteration work to get a perfect finish. So yes, now this is done. Now the next thing that we're going to do is, finally we're going to stick the small mirrors. Again, I'm just saying you, these are not the stone mirrors that we use for the dresses, embroidery and everything. These are chamaki mirrors, so they are very flat to the thing. And I'm going to apply glue first on the, I'm going to apply one dot inside each curve. So let me just apply crisscross here and there. And for sticking, you can use either your toothpick or a safety pin, or the tip of the brush backside. Anything can be used. So just take a little of glue on the tip and then you can stick it. So you can't stick it with your hands. It would be very difficult to hold the mirrors and stick it on place. So this option would be easy. So once you stick the mirrors, that gives a good glow. But please don't stick any other stones, stitching stones or kundan stones on this work. It would spoil the beauty of the work again. Yeah, since we can stick it as fast as we can, I've just applied the glue on all four sides, so we can make it fast before it dries off. So this is a reason I'm using a small size mirror in between, because since the space is small, this would fit in nice. So in case you are having a bigger size mirror with you, just plan the curve according to that. So once we are done with the outer border, then for Ganesha, I'm just sticking little of stones on the inner side of Om, the bottom portion of Om alone. So it just helps us to highlight a little bit. So I've just applied glue there. and stick them along the clay work that we have done. So this itself gives a good look. And apart from this, if you want to add more beauty to the trunk also, you can just give some highlights over there. Yes, so hope you can see the effect over there. So if you want, you can just add a bit over here. Yes. Yes, so work is going to be over. Yeah. So hope everyone can see it. So we just completed the whole work. Hope everyone enjoyed it. Do try this piece and post it in our group. We are waiting eagerly to see the finishes of yours also. And advanced happy Ganesh Chaturthi to everyone. Yeah, I'll just show it close. Yeah, I'll post a picture of this on the group also. Okay, so advanced happy Ganesh Chaturthi to everyone, and within a couple of days I'll just come up with another interesting Ganesha work. Most probably on Friday evening we'll have another Ganesha work that would also be a very interesting one. So please do post your pictures and do join with me on Friday's workshop. Thank you, have a good day, and bye. Yeah, bye.